Hi, my name's Cindy Johnson, and I'm a boudoir photographer. If you're watching this, you've probably scheduled with me or are getting ready to schedule with me. So I want to tell you a little bit more about me and about how your session will go, hopefully to help ease your nerves a little bit. A little about me. I've been doing family photography for a few years. A little over a year ago, I decided to really focus just on boudoir. And my reason for that was that I found... Hi, baby. Go play. I found in family photos that women were never happy with the way they looked. They would get their photos and be like, I love the photos. I love the way my husband looked. I love the way the kids look. Oh, I looked horrible. There were bags under my eyes. You could see my fat rolls. I hate the way I looked. And that just breaks my heart because these are lovely ladies and there's no reason for them to not be happy with the way they looked. And it is hard to get great pictures of women in family pictures because a lot of times they're stressed out. They've been having to try to pick out the best clothes for the session and try to get their kids to wear the clothes, and their husband might be mad that he got dragged along for the session. So it is hard. So I wanted to have sessions where I could really focus on women and give them some time to just relax and get in their prettiest mode and take pictures of them. My favorite experience so far with boudoir photography has been when I took a picture of a lady, and the picture hasn't even been photoshopped. It was just on the back of my camera, and I showed her the back of my camera, and she got tears in her eyes, and she said, I didn't know I was pretty. And that's it. That's the goal, to make you realize that you are pretty, just how you are. So a little about a session. Everyone's always really worried about what they should bring, what they should wear. And you probably stress out a little more than you should over it because really the focus is on you and not so much on what you wear. But some tips on what to wear. A lot of times people will start off with just some pretty pictures that they can show to everyone. Kind of helps ease you into the photo mode and instead of just starting out with you unclothed. So you could start off with maybe a pretty dress or with jeans and a tank top, just something you're comfortable in. And we'll take some pictures you can use, for your Facebook profile. You can show to everyone. And then usually we'll go to a bra and panty set. Don't freak out. I know a lot of the moms out there might not want to show their abdomen, and that's perfectly fine. I will use posing, draping of fabric. You'll have your arm across it. There's a lot of things we can do to camouflage the areas that we don't want people to see. Even if you're nervous about it, go ahead and bring it because they look really pretty in pictures. And then also maybe some kind of nightgown or some other kind of lingerie. Even think of things other than lingerie. Anything sheer looks really pretty in front of the light. So just think of what you like, what makes you feel comfortable, and what makes you feel good about yourself. And not necessarily what you think should be part of a boudoir photo. You can also bring extra props that might be meaningful to you. Like sometimes people are bringing a guitar if their husband plays a guitar, if they play guitar, or if you want to bring like a husband's sports team shirt or a white shirt. White dress shirt can be pretty. Kind of will do like an off-the-shoulder picture with a white dress shirt. I like for your pictures to be meaningful to you. I like for them to be things that you own. So I have a few things in the studio, but I think it's more meaningful for you to wear something and not just be, oh, this was pretty, it was in the studio and I'm never going to see it again. I like for you to wear things that have memories attached to them, so when you look at the photos, it'll bring back those memories. I can think of, oh, I remember when I went shopping for this, I remember when I wore it. If the photos are for your significant other, they can be like, oh yeah, I remember when you wore that. So I think that just makes the photos more meaningful to have your own items. I do have a beautiful white sheet that I always do kind of some nude photos that are just wrapped in the sheet or nothing showing. It's really easy to hide what we want to hide, and it looks beautiful in photos. I will do nude photos as well. There are a couple poses I do that are that you don't see anything you wouldn't want anyone to see. It's a very sweet and innocent looking pose, ironically, even though it's nude. If you want to do it, we can do it. We certainly don't have to. And then I can also do more revealing shots if you want. That's completely up to you. Don't forget to bring, if you want to bring jewelry, I have some strands of pearls and some other necklaces, but bring any special jewelry to you. If you want to bring thigh highs, if you want to bring high heels are good. So just bring whatever you want. Don't be afraid to bring extra, and then I'll help you go through it and we'll decide what will look good for the pictures. I always play music during sessions, so you're welcome to bring an iPod and we can plug it in, or I have a playlist that I play. I think it makes everyone a lot more calm and makes it a lot more fun when we have music playing. it's not so awkward of just the silence. A little about my studio, just so you know, it's a natural light studio, so it's not going to be like when you walk into a studio at the mall with the big lights everywhere. Downtown Indianapolis, big, beautiful windows let in lots of light, and that's basically all the light I use for your photos. I can sometimes use flash if I need to, but I think the natural light makes things look so much softer and beautiful. Let's see, we went over what to wear and the music. Your session will last about an hour. Don't need to worry if you don't know how to move. I'm not expecting you to be a model. That's my job, to completely pose you, tell you how to move in ways that are most flattering for your body. And then the session lasts about an hour. I'll take the photos home and make them look the best that you can possibly look. I will not change the shape of your body. No one's going to be fooled by Photoshop where they liquefy you and make your waist go from, you know, this to this. It looks weird and it's not natural, and I don't do it. I do a lot of skin smoothing. I know I have huge pores, and just to smooth that out makes it look a lot better. And I can also smooth the skin on your body, but I do not reshape you. I do not make you look. No one's going to look at your photos and say, who is that? They're just going to look at them and say, wow, you look amazing. And that's really important to me, that you still look like you. So do your makeup like you usually do. Don't do anything crazy, maybe a little more intense than normal. Do your hair like you usually do. Hair really isn't that important because it's kind of messy hair, and we, play with your hair in your photos, so you don't need to worry about your hair. It's really not all that important. Loose curls can be pretty. Kind of what we think of kind of bedroom hair is pretty. So then I'll get your photos all edited, make you look your best, and I'll get the files to you. And then you're welcome to print them out wherever you like. Of course, I don't recommend going to like Walmart, any of the local places. I recommend going to places specifically says they print Boudoir. The professional print lab I use is mpix.com. I think they're great and great quality, inexpensive, and they do specifically print Boudoir. So their prints and their books are really good quality. That's who I recommend. If you'd like to find out more about me, you're welcome to go to my website. It is CindyJohnsonFamilyPhotography.com, and there's a tab on there for Boudoir. And also it explains my family photos, my other photography as well. And then I also have a Facebook page. If you just search for Cindy Johnson Boudoir Photography, I should pop up. Feel free to send me a message if you have any questions. You're probably nervous about your session, and that's completely normal. And I would say the more nervous you are, the more you're going to get out of this. Because really my goal is to make you feel comfortable in your skin. And, I think probably just in the last few years I really started feeling comfortable in my own skin. And I'd love for you to have that same experience. I think it was in large part just letting go of some of the control freak habits I had, and also being open and vulnerable. And there's not really much more vulnerable than being willing to take your clothes off in front of a stranger. I did have a journalist review her session with me, and one of the things she said was that Cindy is very talented. Cindy has a skill for making people comfortable with their clothes off. So, if you have to have a skill, I guess it's a pretty good one to have. I'm looking forward to your session, and feel free to message me with any questions. Thank you.